What's up, witches? It's me, Luna, and the marathon continues. I am here with another deck to unbox. True unboxing, because I haven't even taken the plastic off the outside of this one. That's how many decks I have sitting here waiting. This is called, if you can see around the ring light, The Oracle of the Birds by Jeannie Ruland, illustrated by Petra Kuhn. A 46-card deck and guidebook. And this is one of those sort of obscure publisher decks. This is from Findhorn Press. And my other two decks from Findhorn Press are the Water Alchemy Oracle and the Archangel Fire Oracle. Both of these are by Alexandra Wenman, and they are both excellent, excellent decks. And I'm looking to see that, you know, the boxes are exactly the same size, so there's kind of a nice uniformity there. Please stay. Don't fall. And where there it is. I almost had to swear. Let's get out the little seam ripper here. And one thing, so this is going to be so easy. I've got a sharp tool. Out. So I am surprised that there aren't more bird oracles. I have been a fan of birds since I was in first grade, really. I mean, I've been a fan of nature all my life, but when I was in first grade, we did a little coloring book thing on the birds of my backyard, and just learning, and here's my autistic ass too, learning the names of the different species of birds. When I was a kid, we had a set of encyclopedias, World Book Encyclopedia, and the pages that were worn out were the sections on dogs and animals and cats, and I think that's it. You know, anything that I could go through and learn the breeds. That was my thing. So, potent allies, power animals, and spirit guides. Birds connect the physical realm with the one of spirit, leading us into the world of the immortal soul. Quick in their movements, with their ability to take flight instantly, they carry the spiritual quality of freedom. Gliding on the wings of a bird will literally take on a superior view, gaining a wider perspective on our life. Illuminating their spiritual messages and powers, these 46 beautifully illustrated cards each share the medicine of a winged friend and a brief message about the significance of its presence. The guidebook details the deeper meaning of each bird and its magical feathers, along with an affirmation focused on its unique gifts and talents. Whether eagle, swan, or phoenix, your feathered guides help you find healing, growth, and insight on your spiritual path. And we see here, bird of paradise, but they mentioned phoenix, so I'm assuming that there's going to be mythical birds in here too. Jeannie Ruland, 1966 to 2021. Oh, so the author is past. Was a New Age visionary, angel medium, teacher, and author. Her focus lay with nature, angels, Huna, and sacred geometry. Petra Kuhn, and it's K-U, well, you saw it in the beginning there, U with an umlaut, H-U-N-E, so I'm assuming it's Kuhn. As an illustrator and workshop leader who delights in motifs originating in almost fairy tale scenes as well as in spiritual worlds, she lives in Germany. Cover illustration by Petra Kuhn, cover design by Richard Crooks, divination/animals. And the difference between this box and the other two Findhorn Press is this one doesn't have the thumb grips. And I wish it did. Aye. Dear publisher. And we just have plain white on the inside. Here's the book. Your light is as free as a bird, forever free. And I love it because now I have a Beatles song in my head. It's always a good day. The copyright on this, it says text copyright 2022-2023 by Jeannie Ruland and Schirner Verlag. Illustrations copyright 2022-2023, originally published in German in 2022 by Schirner Verlag. First English edition published in 2023. So it is a new deck and unfortunately came out posthumously. So we have preface, introduction, how to work with the cards. That's the first 15 pages, and then we're into the cards. Then we have about the author and about the artist. Let's see if we have any more information. Let me see if it's any different. Oh yeah, all we have is like a couple sentences on the back. So Jeannie Ruland was an author, pioneer of the New Age, angel medium, teacher, and international seminar leader. She taught about nature, angels, master and ray teachings, Huna, and also passed on teachings of sacred geometry. She also offered international trips to places of power. She joyfully passed on her profound knowledge and many years of experience in energy work to remind and awaken us. On November 13th, 2021, an Angel Day, Jeannie Ruland passed into the light. In her many works, her incredible spiritual legacy, her vision of a better world, and her extraordinary light remain unforgotten. Her works include Ancestral Healing for Your Spiritual and Genetic Families and Secrets of the Yuletide Nights, as well as many books, oracle decks, and CDs in German. And it's shantila.de, so I have that on the title card in the beginning. About the artist, even as a child, Petra Kuhn painted herself into her own little world surrounded by the beauty of nature. Art was her refuge while she studied sociology and worked in various publishing houses. When she started illustrating card sets for Chuck Spezzano and her paintings spread further in the world, she understood these painted landscapes of the soul as inner archetypal realities that she shares with all people. At some point, she devoted herself entirely to her vocation as a freelance illustrator, translating the written word into works of art in her Dream World studio. So it's Petra Lefay, Faye.de, both Germany. And I have to say, the writing was very clear. It just went smooth. It was easy to read. Okay. Introduction. Heaven is not limited. The messengers of heaven and heralds of the new dawn guide you towards a higher perspective. There's something unique, exhilarating about the moment you see a bird. On my many journeys around the world, birds have been my constant companions. They show me what's going on in the world, who's thinking of me, and how someone I'm thinking about is doing. Through their flight, they connect the paradise of heaven and earth. Their messages can be spherical, melodic, but also quarrelsome and argumentative. Their language is universal, their appearance no coincidence. Birds are magical, mystical. They appear with our questions in their hearts and disappear as quickly as they came. Their song fills the air in the morning and the evening, their call the stillness of a moonlit night. Their flying skills are unique, their perspectives important. Many of them are beautiful to look at, exotic, glamorous, colorful. Some of them simply look interesting. Many come to us singing and chanting the world. They are connected and yet free. Birds carry the golden seeds of plants across the oceans to green islands at the other end of the world. They cover long distances without difficulty. Oh God, now I have Monty Python in my head. Sorry. Many of their incredible abilities are still little explored, such as their amazing sense of direction, great powers of observation, and an elegant brand of swarm intelligence that seems out of this world. They touch the soul. Our soul is like them, free, fluidly connected, unique, and yet belonging to heaven. Ba is the soul that carries its unique song, its tone, and yet springs from unity. In Egyptian mythology, Ba, the soul bird, can be seen on many temple walls, the bird that can be seen on many temple walls fascinated me the most. Free from earthly limitations, all areas of heaven and soul are open to Ba to carry its message into the world. Free as the wind, free as a bird, such is our light. Rise into open view, free, free, forever free. With this deck of cards, I want to bring you closer to the universal language of the sky and provide you with deeper insight into the abilities, messages, and powers of birds. Raise your gaze to the sky. Be unique, free, and yet connected. Heavenly worlds can be manifested on earth. With love, Jeannie Ruland. This deck is choking me up. I've always, as I was saying, I have a thing about birds, and I always have. And there was a song by Nancy Sinatra called This Little Bird on one of her first couple albums. And it was talking about this beautiful little bird with, feathers of sky blue and flying and all this kind of stuff. And the last line was, the only time it touches the ground is when that little bird dies. Let me tell you, I would go. First of all, I was depressed as a 6-year-old. But I would go and throw myself across the bed and just cry endlessly until my mother took the album away and wouldn't let me listen to it anymore. Back then, they didn't think kids could be depressed, or I probably would have gotten some help. Anyway, and look, this very simple 2 pages, how to work with the cards. So look how easy. A 2-page introduction, 2 pages of how to work with the cards. In this booklet, you'll learn how to put the power and medicine of birds to practical use. As with all spirit animals, the bird will find you, not the other way around. A certain energy flows through each card, and the right card will find you, even if it seems like you're choosing it. Yep. The best way to consult the cards is as follows. Tune in by bringing your full attention to the present moment. If you like, spread out a cloth, light a candle, focus on your breath, all this stuff. Shuffle the cards, gaze at your card. All right. At the end of each bird description, you will find an affirmation. That's nice. They will help you to open yourself to the workings of the bird energy. You can work with your card once or over a longer period of time. And then we're to the cards, and we have the title of the card, and we have a key phrase. Then we have the meaning of the card. Then we have a part that says magic feathers. And then more meanings, and then affirmation with a little black and white image. Let's get into the cards. Is there anything else here? No. Let's get in. Okay, they are glossy, so I'm going to tip them up so you're not looking at a massive glare. So this is the back. Lift your gaze to the sky, be unique, free, and yet connected. I think it's cool that there's something written on the backs, and they are directional, so we don't, reverses are not a concern here. And we have Ba Soulbird, essence of the soul. There is a time for everything. See life as a gift. So let me go here, because it seems that, so there's something extra on the card that is not in the book. And this is a little message at the bottom of the card. There's a time for everything. See life as a gift. And I don't see that anywhere in here. And that's kind of cool. So there's not, repetition. Bird of paradise, higher self. Oh, higher self, vocation. I don't know if you can hear my family laughing downstairs, but I love it. Fully accept your radiant light and illuminate the world with it. So we have very different palettes for each. Blackbird, celestial vision and earthly light. Open yourself to the light of heaven and the beauty of the earth. Joy and happiness await you. The artwork is simple, but realistic. Generally realistic. Yeah. Buzzard. Vigilance, inner balance, awareness, power of vision, and vigilance pave your way to greater domains. Now, I heard some of you say, that's not a buzzard, that's a hawk. We are used to, in Northeast Ohio in particular, there's a place called Hinckley, and they do a celebration in the spring when the turkey vultures come back. And it's called the Buzzard Day, when the buzzards return to Hinckley. Joke is, turkey vultures are not buzzards. And red-tailed hawks, this isn't a red-tailed hawk, but a red-tailed hawk is a buzzard. I think they're called buteo is the Latin, but they are actually a buzzard. So, did I read that? Vigilance and inner balance, awareness, power, vision. I think I did. Pave your way to greater domains. Canary, joyfulness, positivity. You are the light in this world. Your voice wants to be listened to. So yes, we have a wonderfully, realistic drawing of this bird's face. There's, ooh, that's so bright. I don't think it will ever pop in. Let's see if I can do this. That's a little better. There. Sorry, I was kind of blinding you there, wasn't I? There we go. Look how beautiful. And I love the little mandalas. This looks like Rangoli. This looks like henna designs. Rangoli is the the designs that Indian women will create outside or like in their puja room or outside their doorway in the morning with this rice flour. They make these beautiful, intricate designs, and then it gets walked into the ground throughout the day. Cormorant, non-judgmental love. Look lovingly at the one in front of you. Oh, I love these messages. Crane, concentration, alertness, calm, effervescent emotions. In calmness lies power. These are powerful messages. They're succinct. The writing is clear. Each one of them is a very different energy. And I have to say, I just finished shooting the video for the Rose Oracle, where the cards had very, very similar messages, and the word compassion and harmony showed up on many cards. So, you know, horses for courses, that deck is a wonderful thing in and of itself, but this is in comparison broad, much broader, much clearer in the distinct messages of each card. Crow, well-informed, whatever life source. Well-informed, whatever the source. My brain is reading things that my eyes aren't seeing. Or my mouth is saying things that my brain doesn't. Anyway, listen to the messages that reach you from all directions. So this is a little more fantasy crow. Look at the feathers all curling up. Cuckoo, realization. Listen to your heart, your intuition. Dove, eternal love. All is love. You are infinitely loved. Duck, childlike love. Observe yourself in the glow of your radiant soul. Eagle, enlightened spirit, divine guidance. Take a new perspective. You are divinely guided. Egg, fertility, new life. A fertile phase announces itself. Keep your energy field clear so you can fully unfold your creative power. Falcon, light bearer. Golden messages reach you. Be ready for personal accomplishment. Feather. Okay, so I love it. It's not just birds, it's parts of birds. And egg and feather. Message from the spiritual realm. Be assured the light worlds will support you. So that's, you know, a ding, ding, ding when you find a feather. Flamingo, inner direction. Love and truth are the sanctuaries of your heart. Garuda, immortality, blessing, auspiciousness. The portals to the light worlds open for you. Become the master of your being. And there's something written up here too. All right, hold on. Where's my... There it is. You know how curious I get, and I'm going to see if I can see this before I go to the book. Invisible and everywhere, thunderous, blustering, and very calm, wind, weather, castle of clouds, I breathe in, I breathe out, within and without, and you connect me with all. Breathe, Atman, all one, space in which I am with all. Now I have to see if that's in the book. Nor. No, it's not in the book. So there are little Easter eggs in this deck, and I'm delighted. Goose, loyalty, reliability. Stay true to yourself. You will find outer peace by finding peace within. Hen and rooster, renewal, vitality. Take responsibility for yourself and your life. Heron, balance of energy, yin and yang, meditation and introspection bring you into your power. Hummingbird, light from the highest levels. Life is joy, harmony, beauty, and diversity. Let your light shine. Ibis, wisdom. Follow the promptings of heart and soul. All wisdom dwells in you already. J, balancing energy, increase of energy. Words are magic. Choose them wisely. I hope there's a magpie in here. Kingfisher, fortune. Looking inside, you find strength and calm. Every person is the architect of their own fortune. Magpie, there it is. I love magpies. They're so beautiful. Happy partnership. Reflect on what is. It is time to work together towards the great vision. Nest, safety and security. Give space to your desires and visions. You are protected and looked after. Nightingale, soul song. The queen of the night is kissing you awake. Follow the call of your heart. I am reminded that earlier today, my husband told me there was a lark out in the woods. I don't even know what a lark looks like. Apparently he saw it and looked it up, and they're a little farther north than they usually are, but fascinating. Ostrich, the big picture. Take unusual paths for peace and harmony. The moon. Owl, magic and healing power of the earth. Now is the time for healing and regeneration. Parrot, communication. Life expresses itself in many ways. Humor is only one of them. Yay, I love it when humor and music are included in decks. And music is really innate here with birdsong. Peacock, perfection. Recognize and live your beauty. Penguin. This was what I collected when I was a kid. And there were no penguins to be found at the time, but I have two like lead crystal penguins, one that my mother got me as a child and one that my daughter got me. So I didn't realize until later, looking at penguins and how they survive in such extreme, harsh, inhospitable conditions, and went, oh, I get it. Anyway, collaboration, loyalty, team spirit is required now. I also just heard that there's enough ice locked up in the Antarctic ice caps. It's the same amount of water as in the entire Atlantic Ocean, and that 92% of that water, or 93%, can't remember, is penguin pee. Phoenix, renewal, resurrection, change, and transform in love. Pied wagtail, joie de vivre and pleasure. A source of joie de vivre reveals itself to you. Draw from it with ease. Of course, that means joy of living. Raven, ancestral wisdom. The ancestors call to you from afar. Sense their magic and wisdom. Red kite, vision. Take flight and recognize the bigger picture. Robin, bright joy, sound, and singing. Live your being in complete joy and lightness. So this is a European robin. Our robins have red all the way down, and the males have a very dark cap on their head. They have darker heads, darker all over. Seagull, constant flow of life, guidance. Live according to your own rhythm. And robins used to be the harbinger of spring up here, but they're with us all winter now. Sparrow, conviviality. Create space for the new. A significant new development lies ahead. Stork, renewal, growth, purity. Happy days lie ahead. Now, it's interesting because the message at the bottom doesn't necessarily specifically support the keyword, because conviviality means, being nice, having fun, being sociable with people around you and pleasant to be around. But it says create space for the new and a significant new development lies ahead. So there's like a separate oracular message aside even from the keyword, because happy days lie ahead, renewal, growth, purity. It could say, purify your space, something like that. But there's just that general. Swallow, spiritual guidance. Happiness is imminent. So just a little positive, hey, at the bottom. Swan, is that the affirmation? No, it's not. The affirmation is entirely different. Yeah, wow, cool. Swan, light and beauty. Also obnoxiousness and violence. Recognize the beauty of life. It is mirrored in the gown of your soul. If you've never experienced swans up close and personal, then you don't know what incredible assholes they are. When we used to go up to Michigan, and my sister had a house on a lake, and we would get out the jet skis, and hi, John, her husband that passed in the spring. Anyway, he would take us out on the jet skis, and Cliff would take me. I didn't like to drive the jet skis, but the kids would. And man, if you went anywhere close to where the swans were nesting, they would go at you. And I mean dive bomb. And these suckers are big and they can do some damage. So respect. Thrush. Unfolding potential, express your diversity. Wood thrush is one of my very favorite birds as far as bird song goes. The call just rings through the woods. And in the summer mornings, like early in the morning, you'll hear it just ringing. I love it so much. I call it King of the Woods. Thunderbird, supernatural power, guidance. Everyone has a task in the grand plan. Transform your powerful inner fire. Transform your powerful inner fire into light. Tit. Here's a bird called a tit. I know there are bush tits. We have tit mice. Just hilarious. Playful lightness. Yes, because you can't read that this bird's called a tit and not laugh. Lighthearted joie de vivre wants to unfold. And woodpecker. Imagination, introspection. Follow your heart. It leads you straight into a fulfilled life. I like that there's not like, red-bellied woodpecker or, pileated woodpecker. It's just woodpecker in general, because you're going to, the places where this has been, where you can purchase this deck, have all different kinds of birds. Okay, my charcoal feels like it is still lit from the last one. So let's give this a blessing. I am looking forward to this deck because I do vibe with birds so much. Light our sage. By air and fire, may you be purified and charged. And I send blessings to Findhorn Press too for putting out 3 lovely decks. I don't know if they have any more, but I'm going to be finding out. As I promise, I'm not buying a whole bunch of new decks. Oh, looky, there was already some on the lid. By water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. Ooh. Ow. And by the sound of the bell, may the spirit awaken within you, and guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, in deep gratitude for your presence here. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael. And I ask for your help in relaying a really good message. Okay, there we go. In channeling a message that my viewers will find to be useful, insightful, and useful. Let's give it a shuffle. It does fit okay in the hand, and wow, okay. This feels like the cardstock from Dreams of Gaia, which is some of the loosest cardstock I've ever felt. They're plastic cards, and they are so super bendy, and this feels the same way. So very easy to shuffle. Almost a little bit too bendy. And see, they're kind of chunking. So I am going to shuffle them face up. If you haven't seen one of my videos, yeah, see how much better they shuffle? If you have a deck, and it happens most often with decks that have gilding on the edges. If you have a deck, oh, it's my son. That's okay. It's so dark in the background, they probably can't see you. If you have a deck that you try to riffle shuffle and it just happens in chunks and you can't get them to, go back and forth and really randomize, flip the deck over. Because frequently there is this little lip, and I noticed it. I can see it just sort of raises this way. And when that lip is face down, you will get individual cards. Okay, one more, and then I'm going to cut them, and then we will pick 3. So nowhere in the book do they talk about spreads or anything like that, so you're just on your own to do what you want. I'm going to pick 3. I think I just said that. If only I listened to what was coming out of my mouth. If only what was coming out of my mouth was connected to my brain. And look, 3 cards. What do you know? All righty. First one we have is feather. Okay, so we have feather, and we have ba, soul bird, and we have cormorant. So once again, I shuffle, 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 and somehow come up with the first card in the deck. I think I've done 3 unboxings like in the last week that ended up picking the first card. Okay, feather. Message from the spiritual realm. On the card, it says, be assured the light worlds will support you. Then the meaning of the card. Allow yourself to be light as a feather and happily follow your path. As a messenger from the beyond, the feather brings you light even in dark times and symbolically shows you how to rise above all your apparent obstacles. If a feather falls in front of your feet, you can ask yourself what message it holds for you. Do not think about it. Trust your first impulses. I like that. Magic feathers. And that's, so each card has this magic feathers section. I, the feather, am a bridge. Oh, so it's the card itself speaking. I, the feather, am a bridge to the divine power, to its grace and its infinite wisdom. At the same time, I connect this world with the other worldly realms. I distribute the blessings of the spiritual realms to all corners of the earth with ease, like snowflakes from Old Mother Frost when she shakes out the beds. Okay, more meanings. Divine truth is yours. Message from the spiritual world. Sign from a deceased person to you. Reminder of your spiritual home. Sign of the angels. Quote, I am with you. In the Egyptian cult of the dead, the life and deeds of the dead were weighed up with a feather. First, Icarus found freedom through self-made wings, but then he flew too close to the sun. As the saying goes, don't burn your wings. The affirmation is, I rise above all my unconscious beliefs and patterns of action with the help of divine truth. In lightness and full of bliss, I follow my path. I really like the affirmation, I rise above all my unconscious beliefs and patterns of action. That's probably one of the most potent affirmations that you could say, because the things that trip us up pretty much always are the unconscious beliefs and behavior patterns. So, yeah. Wow. All right. And then Ba, soul bird. Essence of the soul. On the card, it says there is a time for everything. See life as a gift. The meaning of the card. In ancient Egypt, Ba, the soul bird, is the symbol for the essence of the human soul. It is pictured as a falcon with a human head. It represents the personality, the spiritual manifestation that leaves the body at the end of life and is an integral part of each person's individuality. Ba is the symbol of the ascension and immortality of the soul after death. Hey, can you pull the door closed, please? Thank you. Magic feathers. I am closely intertwined with you and being shaped by you and your experiences in your sacred life on earth. What constitutes your personality, your individuality? What makes you unique? Is it your warmth, your humor, your charm, your kindness, your helpfulness, your striving for higher goals? All those traits that make you this beautiful, unique part of creation become an eternal part of you, a part of us. See yourself in all your greatness and beauty and accept life for the precious gift that it is. So the see life as a gift, that does... Okay. That it is reflected. The message on the card is reflected in here. More meanings: essence of the soul, wanderer between this world and the afterlife, and symbol of rebirth. The affirmation is, I am a spiritual being having a human experience for a period of time, and as a spiritual being, I have access to all levels and dimensions of being. Now, looking at, what is it that makes you unique? And they list these things. Is it this or this or this or this? What it is that unique combination of all of those specific qualities, like your particular type of humor. Do you have a dry sense of humor? Do you have a really bizarre sense of humor? Do you have a corny, punny sense of humor? That and your individual charm, the way you express kindness, how you help people, what your higher goal, it's that amalgamation of all of those little individual things that make you incredibly unique. All right. And then cormorant. Non-judgmental love. Look lovingly at the one in front of you. I love that. The meaning of the card, because, often, especially like with relationships, if we've been in a relationship for a while, we might think, oh, there's something better for me. What am I doing in this, And we forget to just, when we love the person in front of us, we love them, we feel that love. So sometimes if you're not finding the person you're with lovable, it's because you're not loving them, right? Sometimes not. Anyhow, the time is ripe for new communities and new cooperation. Cormorant teaches your mutual acceptance and freedom from judgment, or teaches you mutual acceptance and freedom from judgment. So interesting, those two things, time for new communities, new cooperation, and mutual acceptance and freedom from judgment. In order to cooperate, you have to be able to accept the other person. And to accept the other person, sometimes you really have to suspend your judgment because, hello, you put a judgment out there, hold up a mirror first, right? Discover the hidden commonalities and honor them. We all want to be seen in our potential. I would like to be seen in my truth, because the worst thing you can do to somebody is fall in love with their potential. That's just such a bad setup. And then you feel resentful if they don't fulfill it for you, So, yeah, I would try. We all want to be seen in our potential, in our, in our realized potential, I would like to say. Start with yourself and celebrate being truly human in every encounter. That's good. Dive into the deepest being, into the place where the divine transitions through the power of creation into the human. Magic feathers. With my dark to black plumage, I stand out. Illuminated by the sun, my feathers shimmer greenish to bluish, revealing hope, protection, power, healing, and inner guidance. That's one of the things that's so incredible about birds, is the iridescence of the feathers, like with butterflies too. We have red ruby-throated hummingbirds that come by, and the male has that. He'll be sitting on the branch, and it just looks like a dark patch, and then he turns, and the sun catches it, and it's bright red. When I spread my large wings, they shine bronze. With them, I deeply penetrate the waters of the soul. I am an excellent soul guide and at your side when it comes to releasing shadows. So releasing judgment, releasing shadows. If I appear to you in a dream, I bring tidings of your ancestors or the recently deceased or announce a fateful turn. So I was talking about judgment and releasing shadows. The shadow is something you have not healed in yourself, you've not acknowledged, or you're trying to suppress, and so it appears externally, and it will draw your judgment and your resentment and your hate. And so if you want to get work done fast, when you're really judging somebody, like I said, hold up that mirror and ask, how am I like that? Maybe I'll clean that out of myself before I weaponize it against other people. More meanings. The cormorant brings good luck and a good catch to the sailor. Spirits of departed loved ones. The nature of our soul is joyful, loving, accepting, blessing, and giving thanks. Non-judgmental love for all people. Sociability. The time for loneliness is over. And the affirmation is, my non-judgmental love thrives in acceptance towards others. So, this, I'm not really getting like this cohesive, we need to suspend our judgment for sure, seeing life as a gift. And I have to also be very honest that I didn't retain anything that I just read. So Personality, what makes you you? So the essence of your soul, the essence of who you are. And then message from the spiritual realm. So we get this message from Spirit calling us to remember, now I'm seeing Mufasa, remember who you are, Simba, and really spend time thinking, what is it that makes you you? And maybe listing out those qualities. And, you can start with the ones that you like and that you love, and then maybe list some of the things that you don't like so much. And, things that have annoyed you in other people that you realize are part of you as well. And then point some non-judgmental love towards yourself. Look lovingly at the one in front of you. Well, the one in front of me right now on my monitor is me. So stand in front of the mirror when you look lovingly as well. Look lovingly at someone else that you love, and then maybe just put a mirror in the middle so you can look at yourself with that same expression. Loving that soul self. And when you acknowledge who you really are and embrace that and love that into being, it will start showing up in the community around you as well, that love being returned to you. So it really is a nice message, from the higher realms about bringing that loving self in all of your uniqueness, all of your warts and all, into community. Suspending judgment, accepting who you find there. As you accept others, you will become more accepting of yourself. This goes round and round, round and round. So what do you think, you guys? I like it. Like I've been saying, I love birds. What do you think? Do you have this deck? Do you have any Findhorn decks? And I'd love to know what you think about them. Let's connect and engage in a conversation down below. I will see you next time on Guess What? Another unboxing and then a live stream. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.